Hey there. This is Cody Swan, the CEO of Gunner Technology, and I wanted to go and continue this series about working on projects the way we do it, with an eye toward our Gunnerfy, or whatever we end up calling it, tool. So at this part of the series, you've probably seen how we set up projects. Let me just bring over kind of our outline here. So we have setting up an initial environment, which you've seen, setting up the staging environment, which you've seen, adding a team member to the project, which you've seen, and right now we're going to talk about the initial backlog. So we use a project called Redmine, which is great. We've been using it since the inception of the company 10 years ago. It's been fantastic. It's an open source Ruby on Rails project tracker, minimal interface. You can even pare it down a lot more. Absolutely free to run. It's just fantastic. Can't say enough about it. So here we have a saved view here called the project report to custom query. And what it shows here is a number of things. The left-hand side here is the ticket number, the tracker, and you're only going to see chores and features. The subject, which is basically a brief description of the work to be accomplished. Effort points, which we've talked about, but I'll get into a little bit more. The status and the category. Now, this is our, if you see here, this is blank, which is actually what this field right here is. It's grouped by version or iteration. Right now it's blank. So all of the issues under blank are what's considered our backlog. In Agile, there's a concept of a backlog, and this is work that is waiting to be done. It hasn't been assigned. It hasn't been given a due date. It's basically just sitting there waiting for action to be taken upon it. And the last one I want to is this category. So we have round one. So what's round one? Typically, we never have a single contract with a client or even on a project, because you'll notice this is we structure ours with clients and then project. So BetX being the client, PropSwap being the project. So each project will have a number of rounds where we sign a contract or agree to a certain amount of work. We group those by rounds. The last thing I want to talk about is these you'll see little brackets here. You see bracket ticket sales, bracket ticket management. Those are what's called epics, and it's a way to organize tickets into logical chunks in the Agile methodology. So again, where did this backlog of work come from? So that comes directly from our planning period. So you can see this looks exactly the same as what you saw over in Redmine, but this is just a Google sheet. And so, but if you look down, there's actually a lot more here. You have this new priority field. So basically, what you're seeing here is all the priority 5 issues. Why only so you're probably saying, well, why only priority 5? This is part of our estimation. So in our workings with the client, we do a discovery to gather all the requirements, and we phrase them in terms of features or user stories. We break out every single user story, and this can be an exhaustive process. It can take weeks to break this all out. This is, as you can see, there's 75 features here, and we could have probably kept going, but there's 75 features here. And basically, what we give to the client is we give them the ability to choose what they feel is necessary for the project. So in this case, we broke it out into the priorities. So this column is if client wants us to complete only the priority 5 issues. This column, or excuse me, this row is for if client wants us to do all 5 and 4, 5, 4, and 3, and so forth. And you can see here, it aggregates the effort points. So in this case, the client's like, let's just start with the priority 5 items. So that's why we have this effort point number here, which almost corresponds. It looks like I missed a couple issues. Missed a couple issues that I'll have to copy over. We have 519 here, and then over here we have the 559. So it looks like I missed a couple copying over, but that's what I did. I copied them over hand by hand. So that effort point is a level of difficulty or effort that we need to put into each ticket, that we estimate that we need to put into each ticket. And for us, it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, or 64. Anything over 64 must get broken into multiple tickets. Generally, even anything over 32 must get broken into more tickets. And so here's, you see I accidentally copied 0 here. So that's probably why we're a little bit off on the counts here. Anyway, that's where the initial backlog comes from, is directly from the project estimation, which the client gets to choose which issues, which features they want us to do. After they decide that, we come back over here, copy it all over into Redmine feature by feature, and then we have our initial backlog for the project. So next time we're going to talk about what we actually, the start of an iteration, what we do with this actual backlog.